Logan Stieber mangling each other, and it was wild. How are you able to have such a high threshold for pain and to suffer like you suffer, man? It's unbelievable to watch. But how have you been able to do this for 20 plus years now?
I vividly remember that camp. That was a tough one. I think I don't know, as kids we didn't know anything different. We were just competitors, and we wanted to be the best. And wrestling was different back then. It was just like a little more barbaric. It's just like you show up and you got these dads that just like put you through crazy workouts, and you just like, all right, whatever, let's go. But I just think wrestling has evolved so much, and as wrestling has evolved, the way you take care of your body has evolved, nutrition has evolved, weight management has evolved, all that stuff has changed. And I just, as time goes on, I have a fire to be the best, and when you have the fire to be
from now, and could you tell us about what's changed in your life since that historic day?
It's gone really quick, and I think that was obviously part of the excitement for preparing for Paris 2024 is it's not a full 4-year quad. I would say, that's a life-changing day for me. Every decision I made, every goal I set was to be an Olympic gold medalist. That's the pinnacle in our sport, So I just, I play back those days on days that I don't maybe feel my best, and remind myself, of just like the excitement and enthusiasm that I felt that day. And I'm just grateful that I can continue to feel that now. I think a lot of times people ask me questions about 2024 and what are your plans after this, and my plan is to be present in the moment, and I have the opportunity to do something really special this year. And I'm people that want to get better every single day, and we're pushing each other every single day. I know when I come into the room, and I have to wrestle my best. There's no other way to come in there. You have to be sharp. You have to be excited, because every other person in that room is sharp and excited and hungry to also be the best. And it's just a collection of obviously a lot of talent, but just a lot of great people. When I start at the top with our coaches, Coach Gale, Coach Casey, Coach Cody, Jimmy Kennedy, Jake Warner. We just obviously have a great group of people that are willing to be selfless and help us achieve our goals. And we're just trying to follow their lead and do the best that we can.
And one final question for David. What do you see are the biggest challenges, or maybe you look at it differently, as you face trying to stay ahead of the competition, both domestically, which will be here at trials, but also at the international level?
I'm 33 years old. I believe I'm the best I've ever been, and I think each and every year since then, I feel like I've improved. I've gotten better and better and better. In that time, my life has changed. I had a daughter in London right before the last Olympics. Now I have 2 more girls, Ivy and Birdie, and I'm dad of 3, and your life doesn't stop. Just because you win the Olympics, it doesn't mean your life stops and it's over. You just go back to doing what you do. You go back to getting better at practice each day. You go back to helping people get better each day. And my competitive instinct is stronger now than it ever has been. When I step on the mat, I have every intention to be the best, and that's what I'm training for. That's what my family is helping me prepare for. And my daughter is going to be 4 next week, and she understands this sacrifice. She understands what I'm training for every single day, and she's so excited for me to compete. She understands that. She has empathy. She has excitement. So I'd say the best. You're going to do what you have to do to stay at the top of your game. You know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing, when you're 10 years old, you just show up and you can wrestle forever, and you can show up and wrestle forever the next day, and then again the next day. And I did that for a really long time. After the Olympics, and I've talked about this in the past, after the Olympics, you realize, okay, continue doing this. I can't quite do it the exact same way I've been doing it before. So yeah, I come in and wrestle Levi. He's 14 years younger than me, but he's trying to take me out. Like he's saying, he is. It's like, so I got to come in ready to go every single day. And so we have these young guys, on our team that are pushing us constantly, every single day. So as much as it's benefiting them, it's benefiting us. So as time goes on, you just train a little bit different, but your mentality stays the same. And the last couple of years has really showed, just was like, all right, you can do it at a high level, and you can do it a little bit different. And, but it's no different than when I was 8 years old. You know, I was a national champion when I was 8 years old, and from that day moving forward, my goal was only to step in the tournament and be the best wrestler I possibly could be, and I wanted to separate myself from my competitors. That's the only mindset that I know. I know no other mindset. So it's irrelevant. If I'm wrestling in a tournament, my goal is to be the best, and in doing so, I have to continue to close the gap. You know, at points in my career, I closed the gap on some people, but most of my career, it's been trying to find a way to continue to separate that. And I have great competitors in the room. You know, lucky to have a competitor in Yezdani in the world that I have to get better every single day. And I have people domestically that are pushing me every single year. There's never a year I get to say, hey, this is an easy year. I'll wait for the World Championships. I have to be ready at the trials. I have to be at my best. And then I know I'll be at my best at the World Championships or the Olympics. So, you know, we have a great era of wrestling. We have amazing competitors. And I know I need to be sharp every single day. And in doing so, I think it's just, it starts at the top. You know, our coaches are the best leaders, role models, you know, that you could ask for. You know, Coach Kale was who I wanted to wrestle like when I was a kid. You know, I dreamt of wrestling for Coach Kale, you know, and still to this point, you know, to be achieved every goal that I wanted to achieve and beyond, and to still be doing that along someone I looked up to, you know, obviously is great. And I'm just a small piece example of that. You know, I think every athlete that comes to Penn State, their desire is to be great. That's why they come. And, you know, for the last 15 years, Penn State has shown that if you want to be a national champion, you come to Penn State, you know, and I think now we're saying, hey, if you want to be the best in the world, you come to Penn State, you stay afterwards, and you train at the Indiana Wrestling Club. And, you know, we just have a collective group of people that want to get better every single day, and we're pushing each other every.
What's your take on all that and preparing for, you know, the ultimate goal, which is the Olympics and your Iranian opponent?
Yeah, right now I'm focused on this weekend. You know, I got some killers this weekend that I got ready for. You know, I'm fortunate to be sitting in the finals, but whoever makes that mini tournament, you know, they've also had one goal in their minds. You know, every one of those guys, they're not thinking about beating each other, they're thinking about beating me. So just like Hassan or Gassenpour or whoever else in the world at 86 kilos, they're really training for one person. They have been for a while. You know, so that's great to be in that situation, you know, but my main focus is getting better every single day. My main focus is to go out there and wrestle with an attitude and with a love and with excitement. That's my main focus right now. You know, you can ask me that question in a couple of days, we can talk about it. But right now I'm focused on enjoying this weekend and wrestling the best of my ability. But the whole goal was to get to 2024. The whole goal was to be an Olympic champion again. So I think that as soon as last year's World Championships passed, I had a different level of excitement because I'm like, okay, we're back in the Olympic year. And once you've won the Olympics, nothing else really quite means the same. And you know, this year it means the same again. And I'm excited for this opportunity ahead. People say it all the time, but truly, I feel the best I've ever felt. I feel ready to go. You know, you have no stone unturned mentality, and that's what I have going into this weekend, and focus on wrestling the best of my ability this weekend, you know, and then we'll continue to see what happens after that. A little bit different about this one than the last one. The first one I did for myself. This one, I think I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for myself, but, you know, my family's been such an important process, and I want to be a role model to my daughters, someone they can look up to and be proud of their dad, you know, so I'm excited for that.
Swept those two bouts, 6-0, 5-4, but Brooks turning the tide. And now Taylor coming out, super aggressive with way more pop and energy, Jim, than bout number one.
Yeah, that was his first match of the tournament. Came out a little bit flat, not so tonight. David Taylor says that he wants to wrestle a pace that nobody can keep up with. But we all know that Aaron Brooks is a relentless competitor.
شب موهای سیاهت خونه کرده غم میونه تو چشمون خونه قشنگه لونه کرده شب تو موهای سیاهت